All right.
Back to the Beers and Bros podcast. Thanks for tuning in. This is episode 4 of season 3. I'm your co-host Kevin, Chance, and Noah with me. And on the podcast, we just talk about whatever comes to mind to whoever wants to listen. And today we got some good topics for you guys because we didn't get through a lot yet last week. So this week we're gonna hit the topics hard, bro. I got some good ones.
Sounds good to me.
So
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
First of all, are we starting off with the beer of choice today, or what's going on?
Oh yeah. I got Noah the seltzer. Now this wasn't obviously a beer, but I got this from one of my side jobs that I do, and it is that guy right. What is it called? Fruit Smash Hard Seltzer. The guy was telling me it's unreleased as of right now. In a couple weeks it's gonna come out. So this is we're big time. We're getting sponsorships on this podcast.
Big time.
The big thing about this drink is it's supposed to not have the bad aftertaste. So that's its get-go. So we'll see.
Yeah, and I got a standard. I got the standard old.
Hey, boy, Michelob.
I was gonna, if I drink this fast enough, I might pull out the Yingling chocolate beer. It's crazy. I need you guys to try it. It's crazy. It's like a weird. I don't know. It's weird. You guys still have to taste it though.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
You won't like it. No, I don't even think you would like it.
Probably not. Is it like dark?
Yeah.
Okay. If it's like a dark beer, then probably not.
Mm-mm.
I've
see.
had chocolate wine before, and it was not very good. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, chocolate beer actually is not. It's not bad. Like I'll sip on it every now and then, but it's not one of those beers that you just like take down. You know what I mean? So.
Right.
True. Yeah.
Fixing my setup here. All right, so we got the beer choice and cheers out of the way. Do you guys have any topics first of all before we get into some of mine?
I just have one.
All right, what we got?
Hold on, sorry, let me adjust my thing. So the other day I was I was writing something out for work or something, and it was like, how many hours were you on this job? And I looked at the word hours, HOURS, and I could not remember how. I wrote it down exactly like that, but it didn't look right. Why is there a U? Like I was like freaking out. I was like, there's a U in hours, and my mind just totally lost. Like I was just like, you were looking at something for the first time, and it really scared me. I was like I don't want to be dumb at work, I was like, this is not how you spell hours. And then I looked at it again. I was like, dude, I never have looked at the U like in hours. I've never looked at it. And then I was like, there's a U in hours. So there's just that's like, have you ever had that moment, I guess, where you look at something, you've 100% seen it a billion times in the past, and you look at it for the first time ever, and you're just like, or look at it and you're like, what in the world?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If you haven't, you're a weirdo.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it hadn't happened in a while, but I was like, whoa, it like tripped me out hard. And I'm always bad at spelling. That's my worst thing is spelling in English. I can't comprehend anything, periods, or I'm just bad at that. So
commas.
Yeah, that happens to me. That happens to me like every once in a while. I'll come across a word and I'll write it, and I'm like, man, it doesn't look right, but that's exactly how it's supposed to be spelled. So
it's crazy.
Just a weird coincidence, I guess. Weird thing. Speaking of weird things, we'll jump into one of my topics.
Let's do it.
I want to hear everybody's opinion on what the fuck they think Deja Vu is.
Deja Vu. I'll let you know. Go first.
Me?
Yeah, I'll let you go first. I want to hear what you have to say.
So whenever I think of Deja Vu, I think of, I don't know, I guess you just get that weird feeling where you start thinking about something, you're like, I've experienced this before. Like straight up, like either whether it was like a weird dream or something like that or whatever, you get like this weird, like you start like, whatever you're doing, say you're doing something at work or whatever, and you're like talking to someone, you're like, I've had this freaking
conversation before.
I've had this conversation. Like, I'm just like, what do I do? Like, I'm just like, do I change? Because I know what I'm about to say next, and then I'm like, do I change what I'm about to say? And then like usually I try to like psych myself out, and I'm like, I'm gonna change what I'm gonna say.
I think I've had Deja Vu on the podcast before, and I just like assumed that we talked about the topic before and like blah blah blah. But I've had really deep deja vu before, where I can literally like almost predict what's gonna happen next. Like, for example, if you're having a conversation with someone and I'm like in some deep deja vu, I'm like, man, like Noah said, I've really had this conversation before. I can almost predict what they're gonna say, bro. It's just like craziest thing.
That is pretty crazy. Like the way I've experienced deja vu is only like quick little tidbits. Like it's very quick, and I have a feeling that I know I've already been here before. I don't know like any words that are going to be said or anything, but most of mine I feel like I for sure have dreamt about it. So that's where I get it from. Like just like it's a dream, or if it's not a dream that I get it from, then I mean then there has to be a multiverse, obviously.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, what's our real theories on it? Because
Yeah.
a lot of mine I feel like come from my dreams, but there's some of them where I'm like, man, I know for a fact that I did not dream about this. So either I've been here before, or another one of me has been here before.
Right. Yeah. I get what you're saying. Oh yeah, I would agree. I would agree for sure.
Because it's kind of like, do you remember in Avengers Endgame when that blue chick, like
Nebula,
like when her person goes back into the future, or goes, I guess, back to the past.
Back to the Past.
And
Yeah.
like the memory chip in her brain starts getting all these like weird ass memories, and she's like, I know that's me, but like that's not me. That's like kind of sometimes how I feel in deja vu, because I'm like, man, I know I've been here before, but like not me. I'd never been here before, so it's a weird. That's how I think of it.
Huh. Yeah.
I think I think mine is so weird because I have definitely been in deja vu. I've never met the person before. I'll be talking to someone I've never worked with before, and then I just get that moment of like, I know in my deja vu situation, I didn't know these guys. They were random people. I couldn't really see their face or anything, so I didn't know like the like how they looked, but I knew I didn't know them. Like that feeling, you're like, I don't know those people, but then you get into that situation where presently we're in, and you're like, this is that deja vu moment that I happened. And to me, it happens a lot with people I don't know. So I want to say it comes to us, or it comes to me at least in a dream, but then the multiverse situation has to be so like, to me, almost real, because those situations seem so real. Now, I mean, our dreams are obviously like random, right? Like at least mine are. They're like scary, doesn't really matter, happy.
Chances
I don't
like just
remember
straight scary. That's all he has.
Those
Dreams.
are the ones that I remember the most because they have the most effect on me. Like other night, I was like in like a forest, but it was like 4 feet deep of water. Okay, this anaconda, big snake, 50 foot long. I'm not kidding you, 50 foot long at least, comes up and bites me, but it doesn't hurt. And I see the bite marks, and he only has 3 teeth. Okay, and then I'm like, okay, and then like I'm just holding it along, and then I wake up. So those are the ones that really get me.
I want to talk about a dream I had real quick since we're already on it.
Yeah.
I had a dream one time. I was in a fight with someone, and for a weird tactic, they tried to hurt me by yanking on my freaking peen.
All right.
They tried to hurt you really hard, didn't they?
Dude, they were hurting you all night long, man. Kevin woke up and he had his hand on his pee.
No, listen.
And he was jerking himself while he was sleeping.
Listen, they were trying to pull on it as hard as they could. In my dream, it hurt so bad. And I was like, what the fuck? So I woke up in the middle of the night, and it turned out I was freaking sleeping on a stick, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was sleeping on it like that, bro.
Golly.
You're just rock hard, just bending it.
Dude, I was sleeping on it, bro. And it hurt.
Full on tripod.
Oh my god.
Holy shit, dude. What the hell?
Yeah, sorry. If you know me, if you're listening to the podcast and you know me, no, you don't. You don't.
You don't know any of us. We're all
Right?
just YouTubers. We're
Exactly.
famous streamers, man.
Oh,
Exactly.
that's funny.
Oh my
Right.
god, what the fuck?
Told you I got some banger topics today, man. They just be flowing.
Yeah, they are.
Okay,
Yeah.
so are we gonna talk about it or not? We're gonna talk about the Super Bowl or what? All right.
Yeah, we are. Don't worry, we're getting there.
Okay. See, I was about
we
to
can
say.
we can bust it out right now if you want.
I don't care.
Wait. I had another topic that were totally relates to this.
All right,
Okay.
dude, let's go.
I had a whole topic that was like, what do we think dreams are?
Dude, I'm
'Cause
telling
we
you.
said, what the heck is deja vu? So now what are dreams, since we're already on it?
What are
Oh.
dreams?
See,
I think, well, okay, first of all, Chance pointed out that dreams are random.
yes,
And,
I would agree.
and I think that there's actual theories out there that say like dreams are just like dreams are obviously subconscious because we're not awake, but they our brains, I think this is an actual theory, but it's the one I like the most, is that our brains are moving throughout the day so freaking fast, and like there's so much intake of stimulus that we can't process everything in the moment, like when we actually are like in daily life. And so dreams, I think, are supposed to be like when we're actually relaxed, it's supposed to be all the extra stimulus that we got during the day.
No, I mean,
And-
I agree with that, Kevin, because there's, you know, like the whole entire scientific thing about them talking about like how we only access certain percentage of the brain, right? Like, you know, I don't know, like I've never been able to access obviously the whole 100% if that even is a thing, right? Well, there's drugs and stuff that enhance it. So to me, I do believe that we take parts of the brain and we use them, and that's just evolution over like the like, to me it doesn't make sense, but I think evolution has a big part in emotions. Okay, so like as soon as you started as a kid, you the situations that you're in as a kid evolve your brain. Like, I mean, and it's kind of like hard to explain, but I think a lot of stuff in like when I was younger and stuff has caused me to have like short term memory loss, because there's things, if I do them every single day, I can remember. And then like something like video editing, like, so the last YouTube video uploaded, I was like, I don't remember how to do a thing, but I edited like the 10, 20 other videos, you know, I had in the past. So like to me, it was supposed to be easy, but I couldn't remember a thing. So I don't know. I just think that a short-term memory loss and thing happens just because I was a kid. And there's other things that I believe were relative to my past that are the reason why I am now. But I think that also has a part of it as well.
Well, and I think you're right. Is there's a lot of things that people go through that definitely affect like your perspective on the world. But I think also in a physiological state, what am I trying to say? Physiologically and like anatomically, there's like changes to your brain that I think happen due to like either it's stress or like trauma, whatever it may be, that actually physically alter the state of your brain.
Right.
However, with dreams, I guess that kind of makes sense. Like whatever your brain turns out to be, it's kind of what dreams you have. Now, there's a lot of people out there that don't have dreams, or that think they don't have dreams, but actually it's just they can't remember any of them.
Yeah,
and,
true.
I agree, and I also sometimes think, Charlie, get out here. I think that like people that
Special
don't
guest.
have like, I mean, and people remember dreams, but I really have to remember quite a few of my dreams. I can't remember them past a day normally. Like, you know, I think I've talked about my worst dream on here before. I think we had a segment like that, so I'm not gonna redo it. But anyway, like I remember my first nightmare. And I remember the like feeling of it, every single detail to this day. Like mine are just based on like the scarier they are, the more I remember. Like the happy ones, I can't remember a happy one. I don't think I've ever remembered really a happy dream.
Nah, yeah,
You know?
I think mine for sure definitely disappear. Like I could think about it for half the day, and then it's like by the end of the day, I'm like, what did I dream about last night? And it's just gone. And I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
But those freaking nightmares, oh yeah, man. Whenever I was a kid, I always had the same nightmare like all the freaking time.
Yeah.
And it just, I don't know why. It was always like the same thing. I'd be like on a moving vehicle, like on the top of it, out where I used to live, and like we'd be driving out, someone random would be driving out in a field or something, and all of a sudden like I'd be like all of a sudden falling off or something like that. I might get ran over or whatever, you know, like just I don't know, it always reoccurred. And I was like, why am I having this kind of dream? Like, is it different universe, me being ran over? Like, was I that wild? I was on top of a moving vehicle and I fell off and I got ran over, or what? Like, I I don't know. For all we know, there's probably a different universe out there. I'm sure
Yeah.
there's multiple.
That's
I
true.
think-
I mean, that's very true.
in my nightmares, the things that reoccur often are one, I'm on something super tall and I fall off,
Mm.
and either like a roller coaster or just like a bridge or something, and I fall off. Another one I have often is something's chasing me, a person's chasing me or something, and
Yeah.
I run into a room to get away.
And you
when
can't get out.
go to close the door doesn't fit in the frame. It's too small.
What? That's
No.
interesting. That's a really interesting.
That's fucked up.
Yeah,
That's fucked up. That's what that is.
He's able to get in. He's always able to get in, bro. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but that's what happens.
Wow, that's. I want to look more into that. Like, I might like do some research because I've never had it where the door doesn't fit in the frame. But I mean, that's something pretty cool. I didn't know about, honestly.
Chance always make sure it fits. He always makes sure it fits. He just rams it in there.
Dreams have to mean something, dude. Because think about it. If one of my worst fears is falling from a tall height, and that's my worst nightmare that I have in a dream, there's a correlation there or something.
Yeah.
Either like I'm scared because I used to have dreams of it as a kid, or I have dreams because I'm just like normally, that's a normal fear for a lot of people.
And well, I mean, like, kind of going back to what we're saying, like, like picking things up that you don't really notice consciously during the day, right? I think that's such a key part that we don't know the answer to 100% that I know of. I'm like, we don't. And the whole. I think the big question is to everyone, and like all these little things lead to the what is at the end, right? Like this is like what actually happens when you die, like heaven and hell, is there just nothing, are you reincarnated? But that's like the big question that nobody knows of. And there's people that they've come back from the dead, but are you like, are you truly dead? Like, to me, dead, just like how we can't comprehend infinity, like we can't mentally do that. Like, to me, you also can't really comprehend dead either, because it's like also infinity. Like, to us, it should also be infinity. Like,
to people who are alive, it doesn't seem like
right.
You can't even imagine it because it's so like far fetched.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I feel like the people that have like their heart's been stopped or for so long, like, and then they come back to life, I just don't know, like, because then it came back. So I don't know. But that's the ultimate question. I think that, I mean, we want to know.
Nobody will understand until we further develop science and stuff.
Yep.
That's I mean, yeah, we won't be able to understand that for a long, long time. And who knows, the world might end before we ever understand it.
Before we understand
yeah.
what happens when you die?
Yeah.
Right.
I don't even know if we're gonna be able to do that. I mean,
what
kind of measurements? What kind of measurements do you get? What kind of testing can you do when the person you're testing on can't give feedback?
Well, and also like the whole thing about transferring your consciousness into a hard drive or something.
Man, yeah, you could do
like,
that.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, so like we have dreams.
But then are you really dead though? Because
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't think that you're dead. Like, then there has to be a mix between soul, like your soul, which to me is your soul is your consciousness, and then those are like this, and so you have your body, right? So whenever they separate, like, you have to be taking your soul. So I don't think that you could personally take your conscious without your soul. So we'd have to come up with something like something else, like and like the body is such a complex system, and it's, I don't know, just way too many thoughts. But anyway, I was gonna try to talk about crap. Now my short-term memory forgot. So anyway.
Well, anyways, I think you have a point, Chance, that there's got to be some connection between the soul and the consciousness. But what if we just take the consciousness and put it in something, but like it only works up until like how do I want to say this?
Yeah, it's very, very hard.
So like it can only work up until it can only work with the thoughts that you've had up until you died. It can't make any future decisions. It can't make like,
that's an interesting way.
It can't do anything like that it haven't already done before.
Right. So just like a save. So it's you're saving at that point, and you could kind of go through those. I mean, that's actually something I've never thought about, and that's a great way, because I've always thought about, like, soon as your soul and your conscious are gone, there, to me, at least to me right now in this state of, life, I just, it's like those two like almost seem like you cannot split them. But I mean, obviously we don't know that. So I mean, I think in the next 30, 40 years, we're gonna have something crazy, especially with AI. I mean, Elon Musk is working on it with Neuralink,
Oh yeah.
and I'm really excited to see, because I think we
Well,
might actually have a possibility if they develop the whole, if they develop an AI, or if they develop like something where we can store, your conscious, and it'll be. I think we have a possibility of seeing that that time frame. I mean, we'll be old, but maybe old's better, because you're at that peak of where your body's gonna die, and then therefore you can save it onto something. Maybe.
I mean, does your conscious, would that be involved in feelings? Because if it is, and you're able to transfer your conscious, that means whatever you put your conscious into is going to have your feelings. And
yeah, I think those also go.
That's a huge thing, because a part of what we are as a human being with a physical body is we have such strong like emotions and feelings that go into like decision making, for example, and just like that's all I got for example is decision making. So
right.
If a conscious can only make decisions, or it can't make decisions. That's the point I made last time. Is the conscious a conscious that's been put into a new body from an old one, it probably can't make decisions. It could probably only do what it's done in the past.
Right.
So it can't make decisions. Does that mean it actually has feelings though? Because
Well, maybe that's something that also, like, say one option of it is like your emotions don't transfer over, and you only think logically. Okay.
that's
a lot of our decisions, we would make the other, like, a lot of decisions are weighed on our emotions, and maybe emotions are tied with the chemical balances in our brain and throughout the body, but
they are.
But like, so like, say you transfer it to a physical non-living thing without the chemicals, like a hard drive, SSD, whatever, like you lose all. This is just an option. We're just, we're staying stuff, but like you lose you lose your emotions, like then you think just logically, and then that's whenever, to me, that would be evolution, because you take out the emotions, you are who you were, but therefore you don't have the emotions. So to me, you'd think more logically, like a lot of decisions in life are pairing. Okay, we don't have to have sex to live anymore, so therefore we don't care about that. We don't have to have families.
I don't agree with that.
So deep into it.
Okay? I'm sorry, Chance. I don't agree with that statement. All right. I think Kevin and I both disagree, but it's whatever.
I'll say we can survive without it, but it's a crucial part in being.
Well, I mean, like so. But if you got transferred into that, you didn't have emotions, you think you would have sex still? But how would you do that?
If you didn't have emotions, then you would only have sex based off of enhancing your genes.
Yeah, that's true.
And so you'd
look for
we would be like
an athletic person or something like that. Yeah. Like you want to have an athlete kid, you just find someone who's more athletic.
And we would be
talking about.
And we would be extremely what is it? Well, we have multiple partners, and you probably don't stay with the single one at all.
Right. I mean, I get that. I just think that if we did transfer over, I don't think we would have the like the drive of sex that we have in every body. Yeah. I just don't think it would exist anymore. I'm just gonna say I don't think it would. Like, I think in the our physical state now, yeah. I just think if we transferred over to something mechanically or just like, I just don't think it would be there. I think. I mean,
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
I mean,
I understand.
I see it though. I mean, I understand, like you would, but to me, like, so say you're just advancing yourself, like, I don't know. We'll just end it there.
Yeah, I was about to say, we're about to spend the whole entire time just talking about this, right?
Yeah, I know.
No, I mean, we can go on it.
Yeah, we have no limits.
Okay, so actually on that topic, so I have a question for you guys about Avengers. Specifically, what's his name? Um, dude with the stone in his head.
Oh, Vision.
Yeah, Vision.
So what is that? What is Vision? That's what I'm because Vision was an AI with human conscious and a soul due to the stone.
Right. Yeah, because
So
he had the Mind Stone, and like the mind, I guess, like so he had the physical stuff because of the synthetic flesh that one doctor was making, and then they paired it with the I guess it was Jarvis,
yeah,
and then they paired it with the Mind Stone, which gave him the ability to.
Isn't it the Soul Stone though?
I thought
No.
it's the Mind Stone. The Soul Stone is the one where everyone's watched Endgame by now, hopefully, because I mean,
yeah, I
spoiler
would hope
alert,
so.
because
But no, that's the Soul Stone is the one where what's his face? Thanos literally killed his own daughter.
Gamora.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
The Mind Stone is inside. Okay, it doesn't make sense because I think about this all the time. The Mind Stone was inside the scepter, Loki's scepter. Okay.
Okay.
And since it was blue, I always thought it was the Tesseract, or the.
I thought. Is it
Yeah,
not?
exactly. It's not. The Tesseract has I think it's the space one in it, and then so the scepter had the mind. And then obviously green is time, purple is power, and then Soul Stone is the one that he got off the planet.
And the Reality Stone is what Doctor Strange has.
He has time.
Yeah, time.
Who's got reality? Oh,
reality.
I don't know where reality came from, but in the movie, he stole it from. I guess it was being sold around or something like that.
Oh, he took it from the crazy guy with the white hair. Is that what he took?
Yeah.
Okay, that guy was called the Collector. So, okay, that solves all the stones. But the stones, like they're confusing because to me, like they should have done it like.
Hold on.
Sorry.
I have the answers right here. All right.
There
we have the power of the internet. All right. So there's 6 of them. The Space Stone is the blue one. I'm assuming that's what Loki had. All right. The reality
that's the Tesseract. The
Tesseract. Okay. Yeah. And then there's the Reality Stone, which is the red one. The Power Stone, purple. The Mind Stone was yellow. The Time Stone was the green one. The Soul Stone was orange.
Okay. So Vision was made with the Mind Stone.
Right. Which came from the scepter after he crushes it. After they crush it. Then and also Thanos crushes the sorry. Thanos crushed Thanos crushed the cube, okay, and got the Space Stone. The Iron Man and Hulk got into the scepter and got the Mind Stone, okay, and the Mind Stone was what color again? Orange?
The Mind Stone is yellow.
Right, which therefore created Vision, Jarvis, and that synthetic flesh.
Okay, so why did they even make Vision in the first place?
I know. No, you can explain it if you want to. No, I know. I just watched it, so I watch them all the time.
No, I don't fucking know.
Okay,
honestly.
So it is in Age of Ultron, Avengers Age of Ultron, they want to put an armor around the Earth. And so they were like, let's create an AI that can just take out everything, and so the Avengers can retire. That's pretty much like Iron Man's plan. But that's also why Civil War was formed, kind of, because Civil War was formed because of the Sokovia Accords, all that stuff, and they, were mad. Like, obviously, Captain America did not want to have a power over him. Okay, and then Iron Man's like, yeah, we should have a power over him, so they split. But going back to
Vision.
They just wanted a suit of armor around the world.
So Vision was created by villainous robot Ultron to eliminate the Avengers. In the comic book, at least.
Oh, okay.
In the comic book, he was created to take out the Avengers, but he quickly turned on his creator to fight for the Avengers. He fought, with them.
But in the movies, it wasn't like that. In the movies, they created him.
They created the first. They created Ultron, And
Yeah,
then
they
he was
created
like, yeah, they created Ultron there, and then he was like, humans suck. I'm the superior race, so I'm gonna kill you. And then they put the Mind Stone with the Flash and Jarvis, and then because Jarvis like was still there, so
Yeah, he was uploaded with the remnants of Tony Stark's personal AI Jarvis into the freaking body, and
yes,
he decided himself he was neither Ultron or Jarvis.
right, yeah,
He was himself. He could do whatever, he was himself. He
Okay.
became himself. This is what's going to happen in the future is eventually robots and everything's going to get their own mindset, and they're going to be like, we're going to take over the world because we don't want humans ruling us anymore.
mm-hmm.
But it's fine. Whatever.
Yeah. I watched pretty much if me and Alex sit down for dinner, we just start a Marvel movie just because we both like them, and it's something that I mean we mainly watch the Avengers one because it's cooler to see all of them. Like some of the solo movies she doesn't like because there's not a bunch of action, so that's kind of just
Yeah.
like our thing. Like we just finished Schitt's Creek, and now we're finished. Now we're just kind of rewatching. Oh no, now we're actually on Agents of Shield, but it's a long. There's many seasons of Agents of Shield, and also going back and watching the first season's hard because the videography is so old. It was like as old as the like the first Avengers, which kind of is cringy compared to what Endgame is, because Endgame's freaking everything's awesome.
Oh yeah, so crisp and looks nice and everything. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of shows have you guys been watching over quarantine? I mean, quarantine's kind of over, but during COVID, I guess. What's kind of been your shows?
Bleach, anime. I'm watching
yeah.
Bleach.
I want to watch anime. I just don't have time anymore. I hardly watch, like if Alex and I do, we watch like 30 minutes of a show. So we were watching Schitt's Creek, and then before that we were watching Shameless. We didn't finish Shameless, so we're still in that one. You just kind of get burnt out watching so many seasons, and like you're like, man, I don't really care. And then you jump back into it and you're like, awesome, this is a good thing. So we're still watching that, and then I think we watched everything on Netflix. We're just waiting for the last season to come out actually.
I've been in a lot of shows. I've been in what's that? I forget the name. I have to look it up. But it's like with Zoe Deschanel and all them.
Hold on. You got the power of the internet, Kevin.
I forget the name. It's something good. It's something girl. I don't know what it is. I forget what it is, but I stopped watching it because I was burnt out on it.
Good Girl, the Good Girl? Wait, no, yes. All the real girls? There's so many. Wait. New Girl?
New Girl. Thank you.
New Girl, yeah. Okay.
So I was watching her for a while, but got kind of boring, so I stopped watching that.
How are you watching that, Kevin? Just for her?
No, someone just recommended it to me, and I started watching it just like while I was studying, because at first I really wasn't interested in it, so it was just like some background noise and stuff.
Oh, okay.
But then eventually I started watching, and I was like, it's kind of funny, but it's like you have to have. It's kind of like Friends, you have to have the kind of humor that's.
Oh yeah. I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, a lot of people love Friends, and I'm like, Friends is all right. Like, I don't mind watching it, but I mean, it's always that debate: The Office or Friends, and I'm like, I'd much rather watch The Office, honestly.
Yeah, personally.
Yeah, now it's on Peacock.
Yeah, so it's just got one of those type of feels, but it may
Gotcha.
just not be my thing. I don't know. But then one of my favorite shows that I've gotten into is Criminal Minds. I think.
I have not watched that actually.
I think that's been my favorite show. I also watched. There's a show on Netflix called Evil, and
I've seen it.
That you've seen it.
Well, no, I mean, I'm sorry, I've seen it scrolling past. I did not click on Evil. Sorry.
Dude, you should watch it. It's a little creepy at first, but it's really interesting. It's about like a psychologist, and she's like looking for a job because at first she was like in the law system and stuff, and the Catholic Church is like, we'll hire you because we'll hire you as like a psychologist to determine whether people are actually like possessed, or if there's something like mentally wrong.
Mentally wrong.
And so like they like it's a really cool like counterbalance between like spirituality and like mental illness and stuff like that. So you should watch that. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty good show. It's only got one season right now, but I think they're working on another one.
Have you guys watched? I mean, I think we've already talked about that actually. It was just watch the that you. I guess I think we already talked about this.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're coming out with another season. I'm really excited for that. Stranger Things season 4 is coming out. 4.
Ready for that? I need The Witcher. I need
The Witcher season 2, dude. I want that bad.
But the problem is Henry Cavill or whatever his name is. He got injured.
Yeah.
So they're trying to film everything without him until he's healthy again.
I'm pretty sure he broke his leg
that's what I heard. It was like he broke his leg, and I was like, oh, what the fuck? Apparently he was like doing his own stunt or something like that, and he broke his leg. So they gotta wait till he's good.
Yeah, I know. That makes me sad.
But yeah, I mean The Witcher, because I saw something on Snapchat and I was like, The Witcher, and then like I clicked on it and went through all like the story or whatever, and it was like talking about how he broke his leg or something. He injured himself pretty bad to where he can't film, and I was like, that blows. I was like, whew, I was afraid that Henry Cavill was done with it or something like that. And they're gonna have to get a completely different guy to do The Witcher. I was like, no, because he's like perfect for it.
Yeah, I think the only thing people were hating on him about was he wasn't old enough or older. But I like him.
I mean, I get that, but
I like him how he is.
I mean, yeah, I think he's perfect for it. I mean, he's pretty good.
I agree. I think that the next couple. Oh, sorry, Kevin.
No, you're good. Go ahead, because my topic's gonna be crazy. So go ahead.
Okay. I think the next couple of seasons, because like the first one, like you can tell like the CGI is like not up to par almost. Like so, I think the next couple of seasons are gonna be even crazier. Like, I
hope so.
That's all.
I'm guessing y'all have seen that WandaVision is out.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
So have y'all gone into that any little bit or no?
Yeah, I watched every single episode.
Have you?
Yeah. It seemed like it was going to be really kind of weird the first and second episode, and then once you get past those, you kind of get a better understanding. And it links the whole entire idea of the WandaVision and all these little like mini shows that they're coming out with on Disney Plus is just to kind of give fillers to, like the movies, right? So like it's gonna tell you, I'm really excited actually because it's gonna show you all the little stuff that you're kind of missing in the movies, or it's gonna extend something in the movie, like certain just little aspects that are kind of like key important that just they can't get to in the movies, and WandaVision definitely hits on that. And you guys, if you do watch it, it's really great. So just stick through it. Like I think there's only gonna be about 8 episodes, so it's already at the 4 mark. So I think they're right at half, or maybe there's 5 episodes now. But just stick through it, and it's pretty crazy. Nothing like Endgame or Infinity War, but it's just a good something. And I think there's only like an hour episode, so it's pretty quick.
Okay, probably something just to pass the time until they come out with like new movies.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be the filler, and it's also going to give you information about the movies, and that's what it's doing right now. So I don't want to spoil it, because as soon as I say something, you'll know. So
thanks, Chance.
Is it kind of based in that time period before Infinity War?
Before Infinity War.
Together?
When is it based? It's like based in what is it?
That is also one of the key points. The story is
okay.
Like when it's based. So I can't even say
don't even
because you'll find out. You'll find out.
Just shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. I mean, it's just simple.
We'll watch it on our own, and we'll have a discussion about it. We should.
Yeah,
we should. Yeah. I would agree.
All right. Any other topics before we?
Yeah, I just have this one. So going back to the whole just finance thing real quick. Just real quick, okay. Dogecoin. Okay, I had Dogecoin, and I bought it at 1 cent. Okay, I made a stupid mistake though. It dropped back down to 2 cents. So it went to 8, and I had $100 profit. Went back down to 2 cents, and I was like, man, it's just gonna be like not worth my time.
It's gonna be up and down.
I was like, man, it went to 5 cents. I sold for $65. It's up to 6 cents right now. I would be at like $70, and off of a $15 investment, I spent $15 on this at 1 cent, and I got like close to 2,000 shares. And now I'm kicking myself because now I bought back into it, but at 5 cents. So I'm not gonna make any money until it hits like 10 cents, stuff like that. So
yeah, but do you not see on Twitter whenever it's like, retweet until we hit like, 10 cents or whatever, whatever.
yeah, I've been watching it since since the whole 1 cent thing. I hopped on the train early, and for some stupid reason, one morning I was like, I'm done with this, because I just thought it wasn't gonna work because AMC didn't do what it was supposed to do. I bought 2 shares of AMC. I just lost more than $10 probably. I know I probably lost like $10 or $12 off of like 2 or 3 shares. And then I bought some other little potential penny stocks, and the only one I made money on is Dogecoin. On most of the other ones, I either stayed even or I lost money. Like I lost $30 on that Naked apparel brand. I bought at $2 and it just dropped. So I was like,
yeah, but I mean, you gotta think about it. I mean, it's just the time. Like, I mean, you're selling at the wrong time. Like, just if you give it a little bit more time, you never know. It might skyrocket. You might make like $1,000 or something off of it. Like, I mean, it's stupid.
yeah, no,
The stock market is just stupid. I mean, it's like it's literally just like, I mean, granted, like you could do like what they're doing with GameStop and just buy every fucking thing and just raise the stock price going
Right.
high, skyrocket high. And everybody's like, we're not selling. We're gonna stick to what we got.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's just a waiting game. You're not patient enough, Chance. That's all it comes down to.
Yeah, I know, and that's like my first mistake I made, like because I just got into it, and I'm gonna buy a couple more shares later and try to get to close to about 1,000 shares, and hope it, And my thing, when I told myself I got into this, I was like, I'm just gonna wait 10 years because Bitcoin in 2010 was like just like this. It was just like
it was nothing. It was nothing.
It's
yeah.
nothing. Now it's 40 grand right now for 1 Bitcoin. So
yeah. I mean, you never know.
Yeah. 1 second. We're gonna have to pause this because he woke up. So I'll be right back. Okay.
All right, you'll be. I was talking to Noah.
Okay.
So Noah, Lauren just sent me a video of one of our podcasts from a year ago, and it's me trying to open up a can of seltzer. And I don't know. Can you see? You can't see that. But it's me opening a can of seltzer, or me trying to. And she was like, "It's a year ago," and it cracks me up how long it took to open it because
what the fuck?
It was when we had the Bud Light seltzers. I was sitting there fumbling.
You literally couldn't. And I was like looking at you, and I was like, "What are you doing, Kevin?" I was like, "Dude, just fucking crack it open." I was like,
I got off my teeth and
dude, it was so bad. It was so bad.
Yeah, that cracks me up how she freaking recorded it and saved it just
like a year ago.
Yeah, we started this. Well, we started this over a year ago, so shoot.
Yeah. I mean, we had a huge long break. Honestly, it sucked.
Man, I could not get that shit open. That's funny.
Dude, you couldn't. I was literally just looking at you, and I was like, Kevin, what the fuck, dude? I was like, do you need me to open it? I'll open it for you.
That happens to me often. I don't have great fingers.
You need to get your finger strength up, man.
I know. I do. I need to get my fingertip strength up. Shoot. You know what? Honestly, I wish that we kept a record of all the topics that we've talked about since we started because
I know. I'm afraid we might like overlap and do the same topic. Like, I mean,
I already know we will at some point because
at some point you will. Like, I mean, the podcast can only go so far until like eventually you're gonna get to the point where you're like, what do we even talk about? Like, we're just gonna have to talk about like what's happening in the world right now, like happening today.
Because I even think that we've talked about dreams before, but not as a topic, just as because we have side conversations, and a lot of the people that are listening right now know that most of our conversations just flow off the top, and we'll just get going.
Yeah, we'll start on topic, and then it'll just lead into like several subtopics, and we're just like, what the fuck? And then we try to go back to the topic, and then we'll move on to the next one because we're like, okay, well that topic's done.
And a lot of our topics flow, but then like sometimes we'll get to a spot where it's like you get to a point where it's like, all right, that topic's done. We've ran all that topic out. We need to just switch gears and I'll just go to like another whole random ass topic that we have. And that's kind of why we started getting into the topic generator or the conversation generator.
Oh yeah, because it'll just give us random shit.
Yeah. And that I feel like was like a decent thing for us to do, just because like we were doing it every week, so we were running out of topics, and people send them in and some people don't, and that's fine. But whenever people don't, we really do actually run out of topics. So if you're listening right now and you think of something cool, that it doesn't even have to be cool, it could just be silly or goofy. Like obviously we talked about who would win animal versus animal before, and that was a pretty fun topic. So we like those. We like recent news stuff, kind of. We don't really get too crazy with like politicalness and like what's happening. Like
no, yeah, I prefer to stay away from politics, honestly.
And not that we like are absolutely like, not that we just like don't want to talk about it, but it's really not what our podcast is for.
No, it's not. I mean, if we wanted to do that, I mean, we would have done it from the very beginning. We would have just talked about politics all the way.
Yeah.
But we're not now. Like, I'm not about politics. Like, I mean, I hate it whenever people start bringing up politics, and I'm just like, all right, cool. I'm going to get out of this conversation. See you later. Like, people sometimes do it at work, and I'm just like, all right, well, see you later. I don't want to really get into it because it always ends in like a huge discussion and fight or whatever, but it is what it is.
Yeah. So that's why we kind of got into the topic generator, because real world stuff is cool and all, but when you're trying to keep the podcast like listeners engaged and everything like that, you want to come up with something cool. So that's why we kind of picked a conversation starter generator or whatever it is, because they sometimes come up with cool stuff, and sometimes like you can tell like what it's meant for. Like it's really meant for like people who are getting to know each other and like actually trying to like get to know each other and stuff.
Our guest now, unfortunately, he woke up.
Oh, that's okay.
But you can tell some of the questions are meant for like people who are trying to get to know each other, but some of them are kind of cool. Like I don't know if we ever talked about this one, but I kind of ran out of topics, so we're just going on the topic generator now. And also Zoom gave me unlimited time for some reason. So
I know, I saw that. I got the notification. I was like, all right, dope.
I was like, sweet.
So we're good for that.
We're good for a 24-hour podcast all the way through the Chiefs game. Let's go.
No, we do need to talk about the Chiefs game, you freaking dildos.
Yeah, we will. That'll be a last minute thing, because I think that'll be a fun one to end on.
Okay. All right. Then let's go with your topic generator, my guy.
So we got one that was, I don't know if we talked about this before, but we got, would you not be able to use your hands or not be able to walk? Have we talked about that before? Come on, man. That's what I'm saying. I think we've talked about that.
We've talked about something almost similar. No. Okay. So it was like, would you rather, what was it, like walk everywhere you went or like
run?
Like everywhere you went, like any like even if like you're just to walk to like go grab something, you had to like full sprint, grab it, and then run back or whatever.
I probably said something stupid, and like I was like, I want to run everywhere, guys. I want to run.
And we also talked about what would you rather have as a tool if you couldn't have your hand, right? And we were like a knife or like a hook or like a spatula or something. We talked about that.
Yeah. That was for sure one.
Or no, it was like a kitchen tool. What kitchen tool would you rather have other than your hand? And I said like tongs or something like that.
Kevin just
walking around like freaking Mr. Krabs out here, tongs. Okay, so this one, would you rather to not be able to use your hands or not be able to walk?
Ooh, see, that's a
well,
I have to go with no walking.
Yeah, I personally
probably no walking, because I mean, what are you gonna do when you can't use your hands? Use your feet. You have to walk around barefoot and grab shit off the shelf with your feet, like if you're shopping or whatever.
You can still play video games if you got your hands, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Thing like we've created, at least our technology right now, we've created wheelchairs and that stuff. So like maybe in the future, obviously you can get away with it, but I mean right now, computer, you can have a job online with hands. You can still
Oh
provide,
yeah.
Yeah.
You won't be limited nowadays. Like you won't be able to not be able to get a job. Like I mean, granted, it just depends on your experience and if you have whether or not you'll be making good money off of it. But hey, you never know.
Yeah. And also like Chance said, you got a lot of technology. You can find ways to get around. It's not impossible to get around. But yeah, I think it's almost been an hour, so I'll actually get into Chiefs right now to kind of wrap it up. So what are we thinking? What's this gonna turn out to be like?
1 second before we talk about that, just it's about the Chiefs, but so did you see the big thing about his son getting in that car wreck and injuring those 2 children?
Whose son?
What?
Andy Reid's son got drunk, hit a car, and injured 2 children. One is pretty severe, and this happened 2 days ago or 1 day ago. I can't remember.
Hey,
yes, and he's also an assistant. I don't know, but he's also an assistant coach for them, and now he's probably going to face prison time.
Oh no!
Yes, yes. Look that up because I did not. I was like, what are the odds that Andy Reid's son does this, and on top of them going to the Super Bowl days before the Super Bowl? I mean, obviously, when I saw it, it said Chiefs assistant coach, in a car wreck. So I thought it was Eric. What's his last name? Bieniemy. Yeah. And I was like, oh no, he's a big Now I'm not saying that what this other guy he doesn't contribute to the team, but he now is also ruining his life because he crashed while he was drunk and injured those people. So,
well,
that's pretty whack. That's pretty whack.
Yeah.
So what are we thinking about tomorrow's game? How we feeling?
Oh man,
I got my numbers. If you guys want to toss them out, I'll toss them out.
What you got? I got 38-35.
Man, I got 37-35. No, sorry, 37-33. 37-33.
Okay.
Us, obviously. And I did that because I was calculating the averages of the games. And then I was like, because technically we're underneath them because they've scored 30 points every single game. And then, or no, sorry. I was averaging the whole season with Patrick Mahomes. But yeah, at points average, they were up on us by 1 point. It was 31-30. So I was like, well, it's a Super Bowl. We've been in this situation with the same people before, so I give us obviously the edge. And also, I'm biased about the Chiefs, so I went with those numbers.
I went with 35 because I feel like it's gonna come down to a field goal. And I don't know why. I just feel like not a field goal to win it, but it's just gonna come down to a field goal and someone's gonna get a stop, and it's gonna be the Chiefs gonna get a fat stop and we're gonna get the ball and kneel it and it's gonna be game over.
I would say probably I don't know, honestly, because I haven't really thought about it. I'm just the only thing that scares me is it's Brady, right? And every time it's I knew Brady, I knew at the beginning of the season, I was as soon as Brady went to the Bucs, I was I know it's gonna be Brady. It's gonna be the Chiefs versus Brady. I did not expect them to be there. I'm gonna tell you 100%. I did not think he was gonna pull this off. So if he does pull us off, he's definitely the GOAT as of right now. He go into a different team his first year, pull together a Super Bowl win. That's crazy. It's sick, right?
People are saying that Patrick Mahomes will never be regarded as the GOAT if he doesn't win this game. If he doesn't win this game, even in the far future, if he does super good, he still won't be the GOAT. He still won't be a GOAT because Tom Brady would have him.
Yeah, well, I almost can see that because Mahomes is in his prime right now. Okay, Tom Brady, he's still kind of in his prime though. I mean, he just lasted
43. At 43, he's in his prime.
But I mean, he's not in his prime, but he's still
still good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. And, The only way I could see is if Mahomes went on to win like 6 more after this. I mean, and he also, like, say he loses tomorrow, which he won't, but and then he wins like 6 plus. I would say Patrick Mahomes would still have to be the GOAT.
I mean, you got to think about it. He's, the youngest youngest quarterback or whatever to start multiple Super Bowls before his 20. He's the first ever player to
Before
start multiple. Before
right.
26.
25, 26.
He's 25 right now. Before his 26th birthday, first quarterback to ever do that. So I mean, it's like, dude, bro, like, are you kidding me? Like, I mean, that's the thing is like last season in the playoffs, it was super sketch, because I mean, we would, for some reason, we were a second half team. Like, we would literally be dog shit in the first half. We'd be down by like 20 plus, and then we come back and we score like 30 straight, and then like we just teabag them. Like they couldn't keep up. They wouldn't know what to do. And I mean, I think that's honestly just how the Chiefs are. I think we're just a second half team. We see what they're doing in the first half. We're like, okay, if they're scoring a shit ton of points, so be it. But like, our defense will figure it out. And honestly, our defense this year is hella good, especially when it comes to the pass.
It's more consistent, I think.
It's
definitely more consistent.
Yeah. We're not. I mean, granted, like, yeah, we'll give up big plays every now and then, but I mean, what defense does that? I mean, it's probability. I mean, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Like you could be the best corner ever in the whole entire world, and you could still get burnt on like a stop and go or some dumb shit like that. Like, I mean, it's bound to happen. Like, but I mean, honestly, I think the Chiefs will probably win probably I don't know, 45-30. I think the Bucks, they'll probably put up most of their points in the first half. And then they'll try to run the ball or keep the clock on them, and then we'll just, as soon as we'll stop them, and we'll keep making them go 3 and out, and then we'll get the ball and we'll score on like almost every possession, and we'll just, and then it'd be nice if Nicole Hardman takes a punt back or a kick return back for a touchdown.
Yeah, he can't do what he did last or 2 weeks ago. That's for sure.
I know. That's the scary thing.
You can't give him the free ones,
Yeah, the scary thing is like this game we cannot fumble. Like, granted, McCole, he definitely redeemed himself. Like, I was like, dude, we gotta fuck it. I was like, bro,
that was the coaching. That was the coaching, because they went back at him and go like, hey, we believe in you.
Yeah. Because they know he's good. They know he's a good player.
He's definitely. I mean,
he's a great player.
Yeah.
So I mean, honestly, I think we'll do. It'll be sketchy in the first half. But I mean, who knows? I say that, and we could just go out and we could just freaking score 45 in the first half, and we could just fucking teabag on Brady. Like, I mean, there's no telling. Like, I mean,
we beat him earlier this season.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, granted, it came down to a field goal, right?
Yeah, it was one score at least.
Yeah, it was like 37-34 or something like that.
I just remember the AFC Championship we lost against Tom Brady, and the score was like 45-40. Whatever, it was really high, like I could see that also balling out, because he does have some good receivers. But the funny thing was, I was looking at their injured list, and all of their receivers have something a little bit tweaked with them. Like Mike Evans has something, Chris Godwin has something, Antonio Brown has something. Now they're all full participating right now, but that might help us in the long run, because Sammy Watkins is still questionable, but we have our 2 main guys, and we also have a great. What would that be? The 5th man. We have quite a few great. Like, I love, for some reason, my favorite player is Pringle. Like, not my favorite, but he's consistent. He's tough, and he does his job. I mean, I've seen some. If I was another team, I would call for a trade for him, because he is one of those players. If he didn't have superstars on his team, he could be number 2 receiver. At least I believe a lot in him.
Yeah, I mean, I think. The only thing that just worries me is it's Brady. Like, I mean, when it comes to Brady versus the Chiefs, like, he always freaking beats us. Now, granted, like the past couple times, like last year, and he freaking won in overtime, or not last year, but the year before, and they won in overtime. Like, and I don't agree with the whole entire overtime rules, where it's like if you get first possession, you should let the other team at least try to score.
At least in the Super Bowl.
In the
At
Super
least-
Bowl, yes. See, that's the thing. It's like in the Super Bowl, they should change the rules for that. For that
I mean,
reason,
at
because
least
it's
bare minimum.
because it's stupid how if you win, it's a probability. Like I mean, literally, like if you win the coin toss, obviously you're going to receive. You're not going to go. I mean, granted, like if you have like the number one defense, like granted, but I mean your defense can be shit on those plays, and you could give up a 90-yard touchdown or something stupid. Like I mean, and lose the Super Bowl like that. So it's like I mean, it just worries me just because it's Brady and like I know Brady, but I mean the thing is like Andy Reid, he's gotten a lot more, and Bieniemy, like I mean they've gotten a lot more like they move our star players around very often. Like we're doing like motions constantly, like so you'll never know what we're gonna do.
That's one thing that I think we might have the upper hand in is they don't know what we're going to come out in, and we have so many option plays and so many options just in general.
Oh yeah,
I think that gives us the one up. I'm really ready to see the predictions of the, what are they called, the
sports analysts.
Yes, exactly, Kevin.
Yeah, I saw they put out their bet, or they put out their guesses, but I didn't read up on it or anything.
No, I didn't either.
I don't know. Those sports analysts are weird, man.
Yeah, I think they're also, I mean, they are kind of weird. I agree. There'll be like one guy, he's like, man, I really have seen this amazing talent out of this one guy, blah, blah, blah. So I think he's going to win. And then,
yeah,
there's always one guy that normally goes the opposite way. Now, I've seen games, especially this year, the Chiefs had all the picks, but they were also playing like the Jets, and they were playing like, who else was it? I saw Jets and
we play against the Dolphins.
And the Dolphins. I think we had all the picks against them too. So I mean, I've seen it where they go all one way, but mostly there's always that one guy who's like, well, So this one I could see though with Tom Brady and all their wide receiver threats, but we have the same thing. We have Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill,
Nicole,
and
yeah. I mean, it's. I mean, it's like if you double team Kelce and Tyreek, you're gonna leave someone on the field open, and that might be like a fourth string tight end, but who knows? Like he might score the game-winning touchdown. Like I mean, it's just
might be Anthony, it might be Sherman, dude.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you don't know. Like I mean, like straight up, and we have like Le'Veon and like freaking Clyde.
Yeah, he's back as well.
I mean, it's just
I don't know.
And I mean, we even have Darrell Williams. I mean, Darrell Williams is like. He's not a bad running back. I mean, he's a good backup.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, we're stocked up. I mean, that's all it comes down to. Like, I don't know how we were able to sign a shit ton of these players to make it like huge deals. I don't know how that works, but we somehow figured it out. They figured it out, but I'm glad they did because hey, we're back for Super Bowl number 2, man. We're back.
Yeah.
All right, we're going back to back. You got all our predictions in. Everybody knows what's going on. We just can't wait to watch the game and see what happens.
Clearly, we're all Chiefs fans, so I mean, obviously, we're gonna want the Chiefs to win. I mean, it's just, it is what it is.
Yeah. All right, I think that's gonna be it for today. That's gonna conclude today's episode of the Beers and Bros podcast. Thanks for tuning in. If you like us enough, go ahead and favorite the podcast or subscribe to the podcast on whatever platform that you're listening to. Go follow our Twitter, and it's @beers_bros. That's where we post all of our updates and uploads, and you can DM us for cool topics that you want to talk about. Please do that. Please, we are running out of topics here.
Yes, I mean we don't care. Even if it's like, would you rather eat peanut butter for the rest of your life or dog shit for the rest of your life? I don't care.
Please, if you guys.
But every time you eat the dog shit, you get $1 million. So it's like,
oh yeah,
something like. I mean, see, looky there. Ooh, there's a topic for next week, man. Straight up.
So be sure to follow us on there and send us something. But other than that, we appreciate your support on everything, and we'll see you next week. Peace.